Peeps.
Hey, how's
You want
it
some
going?
hot berries?
You're gonna shower berries. You're gonna shower your berries? That's what I heard.
I want a berry. You want to step up?
I predicted last night you were gonna be a shower bird
Peeps.
today. You were big time grooming last night. Yes, you were. Do you want double water? Oh, would you like water in here too? You can do that. That's right, double water.
Hi, Peeps.
Who knew it was Take a Bath Saturday, huh?
Hi, Peeps.
Hello.
You want a berry?
Here's a booty. Woo. Oops, that was almost all gone already. When I got her up for midnight meds, she was
Want to
all
shower?
kinds of little feather pieces in her cage. I know she's due for a bath. Yes, super due. Woo! We think it's woo.
You want to shower?
Right. Yeah, we're making a mess, aren't we? Good job, Grace. You having fun? Bird.
You want to shower?
So sweet. Splish splash, Bee Bird.
You want to shower?
Yeah, it's a good shower.
You take a shower?
Yeah, take a shower. It's a good
You want
shower.
to shower?
It's a good shower, Beebs.
You want to shower? You want to shower?
Woo, shower. Be careful over there.
Hello.
Hello.
You want to shower? You want to shower?
Hi, Beebs. Shower bird.
You want to shower? Some water?
It is water.
Hello.
Hi there. You come see me? That's pretty quick. Hi. Hi. Did you
Hello.
Hello.
Walker.
Yeah, Walker. You gonna take a shower? Hmm? Yeah,
You want to shower?
we're just gonna get everything wet, aren't we? Woo!
You want to take a shower?
Yeah, take a shower.
You want to take a shower?
Take a shower. Gracie, don't snipe at me. Jeez, you're flying all wet. Woo! Take a shower. Take a shower. So I will eventually get your jet back on us.
Hello.
Hello. Alright. Laura, are you there to keep count? Up to 3 already. 3 flights. Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Hello.
You want a berry?
Can you stay put over there for a minute? I'm trying to feed the kitties.
Hello.
You're a good bird. You're a wet bird. Yes, you are. Good and wet. And back again. Hello. How are you? Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Walker.
bird.
Do you want a shower?
You're so goofy. Look at you. Look at how silly you are.
Hello.
Hello.
You want a shower?
I want to feed the kitties. You gonna let me do that?
Hi, Beeps.
Hi. Take a bath.
You want a shower?
How about a bath? Yeah, there you go. You can bathe yourself a little bit, okay? You're a good bird. What are we gonna have for breakfast? Take a bath?
Take a shower.
Take a what? Take a shower? And what's the name of
Shower.
these?
You want a shower?
Take a shower with the water. Can you do the water sound? Oh, that's so good.
You want a shower?
You're a fun bird, Beebs. Take a shower.
You want a shower?
Yeah. You are so active today, Beebs. You're gonna be a handful, aren't you? Ooh. Speaking of handfuls,
Hello.
hello. Trying to feed the kitties. Don't throw water at me. Huh?
You want a shower? You want to take a shower?
Take a shower. Take a big old shower, Beebs. Please. Gosh, Beebs, I'm not gonna get anything done here. Here. No. Yes,
You want a shower?
I've been trying all this time to feed the kitties. Stella's starving, Beebs. She's starving like Marvin. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know, you must have all the attention, right? Okay.
You want a shower?
Some water. Okay, we're full up. You're in the silicone now.
You want a shower?
Yeah, are you having fun over there?
You want a shower?
Next time I think we'll do it in the sink. It'll be a lot less messy. Berries. Beebs,
You take a shower.
you did. You did take a shower.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Splash.
You want a shower?
Did you see that? She's splashing me.
You want a shower?
I did get a shower, Beebs. Thank you very much. My
Hi,
goodness. My goodness. There's no way I could keep the board
Hello.
of unauthorized flights going today. How many is that, huh? You want this? What's that? Honk honk. Crazy bird. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah,
Do you want a shower?
you got ants in your pants today? The place there
You want
looks
a
more
shower?
like a swimming pool right now.
You want a shower?
Hi, are you waiting?
You want a shower?
You soaking your feet?
You want a shower?
I'm getting a shower, thank you very much. Did you miss a spot? Hmm? Did you get your butt? Hmm? Did you get your butt wet? You soaking your butt in another bowl? Hmm? Dirty birdie? Birdie, don't birdie, never be a dirty bird.
You want a shower?
I'm gonna shoot you, Beebs. Woo! Let's stick in the bag. Grace took a big old bath yesterday in the cage. You had fun, didn't you, Beebs? Gracie. Yeah. Yes, you did. I called you Beebs. Yeah, did you get Dirty Birdie in your water? Hmm? Hey, can you use your
Want a
shower,
shower?
please? Yeah, very good. Take that shower. Whoa.
Hello.
Bird like high maintenance today. Hello.
Hello.
So sweet. So sweet. Ooh.
You want a shower?
Thank you very much. I think I've had a shower. Thank you.
Let's take a shower.
Yeah, take a shower, Beebs. You gonna take a shower? Are you all
You take a
wet?
bath.
Yeah, you take a bath.
You want a shower?
Can you do the water? Can you do the water shower? Can you do the water? Oh, that's so
You
good.
take a shower.
He is wound up. We're supposed to get rain today. And Bibi was grooming a lot last night, so I kind of predicted that she was going to be a shower bird today.
You
Hi.
take a shower.
I should got the sink ready though. Yeah, we could have filmed at the sink. The sink is full of dishes though. Yep. How you doing?
You want a shower?
Oh my goodness. Take a big old shower.
You want a shower? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Beebs.
What's up,
Hi,
Beebs?
Beebs.
What's up, Beebs? This is how she learned the water sound. With water? With the water sound? Okay. Hi. You have to get out the mop.
Hello. You want a shower?
You making
You want a
bird?
shower?
You making bird soup, Beebs? Yeah, Bibi has always loved her showers. It's probably one of her favorite things to say is want to take a shower. It's most fun when you're sitting outside and she says it to a stranger. Would you like to take a shower? Hi, Beebs.
You want a shower?
Oh, a good bird.
You want a shower?
You look pretty wet.
You take a shower.
Yeah, are you all wet? You all wet with the water? Do you need any soap? No soap?
You want outside?
Yeah, I think it's gonna rain outside, Bibi. You probably like that, huh? Alexa,
You want a shower?
what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 54 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, it's a little cool
Today,
for taking a bath.
expect a high of
You want a
62
shower?
degrees.
Hi, Biebs. What's she doing, Gracie? Is she splashing you? Are you getting wet?
Hello.
Hi. Konnichiwa. Are you waterlogged?
You take a shower.
Yeah, you took a shower. Good job.
You want to take a shower?
You want me to spray you? Is that fun?
You want vomit?
You're going to have a big breakfast too, aren't you? Don't you get hungry after you go swimming? Good water sound. Hi, Beeps. You need something to dry off with? Brush with a tea?
Hello.
Hello.
You want a shower? You want a shower? You want a shower?
Hello. You're so sweet.
You want a shower? You want a shower?
Super
You want a
sweet.
shower?
Yeah. Hi there. Hi.
You want a shower?
Are you all wet? Hi there.
You want a shower?
Are you done? Are you done with the shower yet?
You take a shower.
You're still taking a shower? You sure about that?
Hello.
Hello.
You want an apple?
Yeah, apples are good.
You want a berry? You want a shower?
Are you ready for breakfast now? Or are we still gonna get everything all wet?
Hello.
Hello. Alright. Are you still playing in it? Yeah? You don't want me to take it? Okay. Can I take this one? Can I freshen up your
You
water?
a dog?
Look, Beeb's rocking
Come on,
Robin
Mary.
outside. Look at the robin. See a little bird? Is that rocking Robin? There's Robin out there. Yeah.
You a shower?
A good bird.
You a dog? You want up, Mary?
Are you done with this? Can I take it? Oops. No, you're still bathing.
You want to take a shower?
You're taking a bath.
You want a shower? You want some water? You want a shower? Hello.
Are you having fun? Are you ready for breakfast yet?
Hello.
Hello. Are you still bathing? Hi there.
You want a shower?
I lost track of how many times she's flown today. Is that 10, Beebs? 12? 20? How can you fly when you're all wet like that? Yeah, are you all
Take a
wet?
big shower.
You did take a big shower. The biggest.
You want a dog?
Yeah, if I give you
Take
food,
a
are you
shower.
gonna get your food all wet?
Hello? You want a shower?
Oh, Gracie. Yeah, I think I got a shower while you got a shower. Hello. The big
You
shower.
want a chip?
I don't have any chips, please. Hi. What's that? There's nothing in there but an almond. Yeah, an almond doesn't care if it gets all wet.
Hello.
Hello. Are you being cute today? There's no water in there, Beebs. There's no water in this one. It's just an almond. You're being silly. This one's got the water. This one's got the water. Can you do the water sound? Very good.
You want a dog?
Yeah, you got the whole dining room wet. So hi, Eric. Thanks for stopping in. If you're still there, this is the house I grew up in. Of course, it's kind of loaded with our junk in it right now. There's a little Bernie Sanders behind the glass, behind Bibi's perch. We had to lock him up, Biebs.
Hi, Beeps.
How you doing?
You want Mary?
There's no water in
There's an
there.
almond.
Yeah, there's an almond. That's right.
Hello. Hi, Beeps. Hi, Beeps.
Hello, bird. So we used to broadcast on Ustream, and we could play music because they didn't enforce copyrights all that much. We used to play Splish Splash while Bibi was taking baths.
You want a shot?
But YouTube doesn't like
You want a dog,
that.
Mary?
Neither does Facebook. Hi. You have to make your own
Apple.
music, Biebs. What do you want for breakfast?
You want an apple?
Yeah?
You take a shower?
Yeah, good shower.
You take a shower.
Yeah, you can take a bath? If I put some kibble in there, you're not going to throw it, are you? You look like you might. That's okay.
My mom.
Yeah, who's ready for breakfast?
You want not married? Are you for breakfast?
Yeah, ready for breakfast? What kind of cooking you want to eat?
You want some cooking?
Yeah, what kind of cooking? You want eggs? You want noodles? You want oatmeal? What do you want for breakfast? What kind of
You
cooking?
want an apple?
Okay, you can have an apple. Use your words. You're super smart.
Not crazy.
Eric, who popped in here on the chat, is an old friend, and he played Santa Claus one year, and Bibi got her picture taken with him. That was fun. We just kind of dropped in as a surprise. We heard he was playing Santa at a local veterinarian, so that was fun. Little Bees. Hey, Grace. Let's get Gracie to talk. Oops. You want that? That celery? You have to sit with your back to the camera. And she's working on a little stalk of celery right now. Oh. You were working on celery. Was that too boring? No. Second
You want to
chance.
step up?
Second chance.
You want to step up? You want to step up?
Just a minute. I'm getting your apple things.
You want to step?
She can't count nearly as high though as Rain Man. Right, Beebs? I
You
think
want to step up?
Bibi can count to 7. She usually leaves the number out though.
How you doing?
You want to do some counting? You do your numbers? Ichi, ni, san, shi, go. Can you do some numbers? You not want to go to school today?
You want some cooking?
What's
I
cooking?
hear talk, right?
What's cooking, Beebs?
You go back to it. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
You want to step?
What's this? What's this? What is this? What is it,
You want
Beebs? You want it?
Hello?
What is it? This is what you asked for. What is this? What's this?
Your apple?
Very good. So smart. Good job on the celery, Gracie. So we have two birds here. Gracie, who's off camera, and Bibi, obviously, who's on camera. Bibi likes fruit best, and Gracie likes vegetables best. Because we have to be different, don't we? Bibi likes almonds, and Gracie likes cashews. You got expensive taste, huh, Gracie?
you want to take a break?
Yeah. What do you want to see for breakfast?
You want to step up?
You gonna tell me what's for breakfast? Do you want eggs?
You want to step up?
Huh? Do you want egg? Bibi's in the last year. Bibi has laid 3 eggs, which really surprised us.
You want
The
to step
first
up?
one we were kind of
You want some
anticipating
yogurt?
because she started to put on a bunch of weight. But the other 2 caught me pretty much by surprise. Want some orange juice, Biebs?
You want some yogurt?
Yogurt, huh? You never eat yogurt in the morning.
You want to step up?
You want pea pie?
Do you want to step up?
Okay. What's your name? What's your name?
Sweet bird.
Very good. Do you want to step up? Is that just something you're saying?
Do you want to step up?
Hey, what's your favorite song?
Rock, rock.
Very good. Can you do a duck? What's a duck say? What's a duck say? Do you want to step up? You got to answer questions. You don't want to step up. Tickle, 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 tickle. You gonna fly again? You look like you're gonna fly. Give a little smiley face, some horns. You gonna play a song? Hey Grace, no pea pod. No pea pod. Is it good?
Hello.
Good for her. Oh gosh, Grace, be nice. Hello. Hi, Beebs.
You want to step up?
Yeah, you were energetic this morning. Do you want some oranges?
You want that?
Come here. Do you want some oranges?
You want to step up?
Okay, put an orange in your breakfast, Beebs.
Hello.
Hello. Cantaloupe? You're wound up. The last 3 or 4 days she's been chewing on her nails a lot. Fidgety. You got spring fever, Beebs?
You want to step up? I want a berry. You want to step up?
You want some cooking?
Hello.
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 Hi.
You want to step up?
I was just over there, Beebs. You didn't want to step up, remember?
Hello.
Hello. Konnichiwa.
You want to step up?
You want to do your hello words? Ni
I
hao?
want a berry. You want to step up? You want to step up?
You want some cooking?
Hello.
Hello. Get some cooking for you. Calm the heck down.
You want to step up?
Too sweet.
You want to step up? Hello.
Hello.
You want to step up? Hello.
Broken record.
You want to step up?
Who wants separate?
I want a berry.
Hey, Grace.
I want a berry. I want a berry.
You want a noodle? I cooked you a noodle because I didn't feel like making eggs, okay?
I want a berry.
That's a good one. You want that? I hope chewing on her nails wears them down, but sometimes it feels like it just sharpens them. They good noodle weaves. I love watching her eat really long noodles. Sure gets quiet when you're eating, Beebs.
I want a berry.
You done with that one?
I want a berry.
You got two that are stuck together. Oops. I guess there's three that were stuck together. That one's short. Is that good? These are just whole wheat noodles that we get from the store. Nothing special. Don't put anything on them. No sauce. Just plain old noodles. You don't need any oil or anything. Not good for birdies. Hey, Grace.
Hello.
Yeah, little kitty. Oh, I have to throw them down. The grass always greener to their beebs. You guys watch Netflix at all? I haven't been watching it much, but a lot of people are saying to watch that Tiger King thing. I don't know if I can stomach any animal abuse, so I've been avoiding it. But a lot of people say it's something to behold. Good job, Beebs. So we had two kind of noodles cooked up from yesterday. So we had some rotini, which is the little corkscrew pasta, and I've been giving that to Gracie because she doesn't do as well with the long noodles. She tends to just bite them in half and then she loses half of it. Don't you, Gracie? And you don't eat over your bowl either. Ding. Hello. Okay, I was just curious. There's so many different streaming services out there now. Wow, no one's got Netflix. What's a consensus here? And we have it, but I haven't been watching it.
Hello.
It always seems like there's something better to do.
Hello.
Hello. And we don't have a TV here either. Hi there. Hi. I don't really like having TV because it's like you tend to turn it on and leave it on all day, and it's this kind of background noise. I prefer the quiet. Hello. The quiet of the chirpy birds. Do we need to put something in there, Beebs? Hey, Grace. Are you done with breakfast? Yeah, I've been trying to do a better job of switching Bibi's toys out because I know she doesn't have a lot of room to play. Yeah, you don't have a lot of room to play here, do you? Because we don't have a big cage here. Hi. What is in there? Yeah, what was in your barrel? Is it all wet? Ooh. Whoa. You shoved that in your box, didn't you? What you eat now? So Bibi doesn't act this energetic all day, just so you guys know. She's not high maintenance all day long. She just, in the morning, she likes to have a lot of attention, and then after she gets her belly full, then she tends to calm down a little bit.
Hello.
Hello. You sit and digest, don't you? And then she amps back up in the evening. Hi. This thing isn't very good for holding your toys, is it? Hello. Good breakfast, Phoebes. Did you get enough? Get your candle? Hello. Hello.
Do you want to step up?
Your sweetie pie. So Stella's looking about the same as she did yesterday. She's better than she was when we took her to the vet. Still not back to normal, but I think she's closer to normal. She's just really old. She sleeps a lot, so sometimes it's hard to tell how she's feeling because sleeping is it's a way of coping with sickness, but it's also just, you know, something that they do naturally when they're older anyway.
Hello.
People too.
Do you want to step up?
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
I noticed something when our cats got older that their fur like thinned a lot, and especially on Sugar, it's real noticeable. So she looks a lot skinnier than she used to. And she probably is skinnier, but some of that's just the bulk of her fur that she lost. Good job, Beebs. And also Stella, like, she dreams a lot more now when she sleeps. If she's sleeping next to something, she'll be like kicking it. She acts out in her sleep. Starts kicking her legs, and sometimes she's sleeping next to something metal and it'll go boom boom and she's like kicking at it. So Stella's like 20 or 21, and then Sugar's like 19 or 20. They were both feral when we got them, so we're not quite sure how old they are. They were both adults, but just barely. They had really nice teeth when we got them, so we knew they were really young. Yeah, Stella's eating great. She eats and drinks just fine. It's the other end that seems to be having problems, but it's getting better. We got some medicine to loosen her up a little bit. I might have to just start giving her a little bit more of that. It's a kind of a delicate balance. You don't want to give her too much because then she'll get dehydrated. And if I give her not enough, then she'll get stopped up or continue to be stopped up. But she seems to be feeling fine. She's arthritic, so she doesn't want to be petted a lot or anything. She has had a pretty good life, except for the bookshelf falling on her that one time. So she's got a bionic knee now. And Sugar's had like a perfect life. My gosh, Sugar's never been sick or anything. Hello. The worst Sugar had it probably was before she came to us. She smelled the high heaven. It took a couple of weeks to get the stink out of her. I don't know what she was eating. She must have been eating out of dumpsters or something. But our German Shepherd Freak was how we found Sugar. He chased her under our car when it was parked. Hi, what's in there? Anything good?
Hello.
Hi. Okay, good luck with kitties. It's been amazing too how the cats have left the birds alone. They really don't go after them at all. If anything, the birds go after the cats. If the cat walks too close to the bird and they have their tail straight up in the air, that's just too tempting for a bird not to take a chomp. Which Bibi's done a couple of times to Sugar, because Sugar's more curious and she'll get closer to the birds. But they never paw at them or anything like that. The cats don't. We didn't get either of our cats declawed. In the past we've had cats declawed. Now I tend to think it's cool to do that. It's easy enough just to trim their nails when they need it. If you do it when they're young, they get used to it. You give them plenty of places that they can scratch, and then they won't scratch where they're not supposed to.
You want to step up?
How you doing? You good bird? Hi. Will you do some tricks for me? Let's see. What's a turkey say?
Gobble, gobble.
Good turkey. Who's your favorite president? Huh? Who's your favorite president? Okay. What's your favorite color?
Purple.
Ooh, purple. That's a great color. What's your favorite song? What's your favorite song?
Rock, rock.
Rock and Robin. Is that Robin still up there? Nope. Yeah, we might get a little robin's nest, Beebs. Look at the purple flowers outside. We're getting some like morning glories out in the yard. Those are pretty. Alright, can you do the water sound? So good! That's her latest trick, which I really like. Yeah, that's a good one. And then her newest phrase that she says is, "Don't do that," which she likes to insert at the funniest times. Like say, "I'm planning on going to," and she'll go, "Don't do that." Hi, are you done? You don't want to do any more tricks? Can you do a duck? What's it? Yeah, I am walking to Birdie. What's a duck say? Can you do a duck? Hey. Can you turn around? Hi. You smell like wet bird. Yes, you do. It's better than wet dog. But not as good as like a swimming pool. Yeah. Wet bird. Wet bird. Should we put something in there? Something fun? wet. Nice and dry. Hi. Did you peek the boo in there? Gracie, can you do Adam's Family? I guess not. Yeah, Terry, sometimes with the cat's nails, you have to do them in shifts, or even dogs. Like little Ren hates having his nails trimmed. And I think part of it is because he's got black nails, and so it's really hard to see where the quick is at. It's a lot easier on a dog like a Samoyed where their nails are clear. You can see the little pink quick like very easily. But like on hound dogs and shepherds, it's just really hard to see them. And they get nipped a little too close once. That's enough to make them scared for forever, I guess. And Bibi has black nails too, so it's really hard to tell where her quick is at. Apparently, she's got a pretty long quick because she's been trimmed a little too close. It makes it kind of easy if the vet wants to get blood out. They don't have to trim her back too far. But that just seems so painful to get blood from the talon. So Bibi's having a little Nutriberry right now. She took a huge shower today, Donna. She actually said I took a big shower. She knew it was big. There was water just all over the table, all over the floor. She had a ball. Stella is eating again. Stella's appetite's definitely been good. Yeah, she was crazy with the shower. I got splashed quite a bit. She was even splashing Gracie. I'm surprised the camera didn't get wet. There's some videos of Bibi bathing in the sink. We just turn the tap on just a little bit. Check the temperature frequently to make sure it hasn't turned too hot or too cold. because it can do that sometimes. And just let her play in a dish that's in the sink. She really enjoys that. So maybe someday when she's in a shower mood again, film her directly from there. Yeah, you're so cute. It's less messy than doing it on the table. Yeah, when you take your shower on the table, it's like there's water everywhere, Beebs. Wow, did you have fun? You gonna come eat your breakfast? You got apple, orange.
Almond.
No, not that. No, you don't want that.
One berry. You want stuff?
I don't eat berries all day, Beebs.
You want almond?
Yeah, Bibi was flying a lot during her bath. I think it was because I was trying to do other stuff like feed the cats, and she wanted my full attention. She wanted me to be spraying her the entire time. So strangely, Bibi likes really cold water when she's bathing. If I give her cold drinking water, it actually encourages her to bathe. So usually I give her a water that's been sitting out, in a jug, some store-bought water, and so that's just room temperature, and then she'll drink it instead of bathing in it. But if I give her like water from the tap and it's really cold, she'll like probably 75% of the time start, instead of drinking it, start bathing in it. You like a cold shower, Beebs?
You want an apple?
Yeah, apples are good. There's one in your breakfast. You get your breakfast? So Gracie's in the other room now, and they're probably gonna start talking to each other a little bit here, whistling to each other.
Hello.
Hi. Do you want to do Adam's Family? Bibi's turn. Bibi's
What do you
turn.
say, peeps? Sweet.
Do 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 do. Can you do 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 do?
What's it, peeps?
Do 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 do.
Comet.
Yeah,
You
comment.
say cherry. It's yogurt.
Yeah, cherries are out of season. You want cherry yogurt? That's good stuff.
Water. Comet cherries cooking.
Oh, comet cherries are cooking.
Yogurt. Bird pirate.
So smart.
Comet jokes search.
Comedy jokes. What other kind of jokes are there, Beebs? You got dad jokes?
Chip. Gracie. Comet job.
So Beverly, does Speedy like cold water too?
Water.
I can't tell with Gracie if she has a preference. You go outside? Gracie doesn't really seem to have a preference on water temperature. She's either into it or she's not. I can't seem to entice her. Like today, she was not into it at all. She was getting mad. I try to spray her. I've seen little birds out in the wild though, like bathing in the middle of winter in a puddle of slush. You think they would freeze up?
What's your cracker?
Chip crackers.
Comet trainer. Beeps. sweet. Chip. Stretch. Comet Joe.
Super sweet. Bibi likes comedy jokes. Uh-oh. Does Bibi ever get chips? Yes, sometimes she does. She gets snuck some chips. We try to only give her ones that don't have any salt on them, but that seems kind of impossible. She's most likely to get tortilla chips, like if we're eating some Taco Bell.
Comet Joe, sweet.
Comedy jokes.
You can't go outside.
Yeah, we ate a lot of Taco Bell for a while because it's really close to the house and it's super cheap. And they have a lot of vegetarian options too.
You go back to the peeps.
Not the healthiest
Trick or
stuff.
treat.
They have this thing called a spicy tostada that I kind of got hooked on for a while.
Twist up. Gracie. Go walk the bird
I
outside.
still can't get used to calling Speedy a boy. I still tend to think of Speedy as being a girl, and you have to forgive me if I sometimes call Speedy a she.
Sweetie.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Sugar.
Sweetie. Where's that kitty?
Sugar. Stella. Blue red.
Oh, you're calling all the animals. So smart. Bibi just called everybody. Even Sweet D. Sweet D left us last fall. Or like late summer.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweetie.
Yeah, she's gone, Bibi. She was a good doggy. She's a good doggy.
Talk. Speak. Speak. Speak.
You're so smart. The Sweet D was
Talk.
boy, you're naming all the animals. What about Bliss?
Lie down.
You remember Bliss? Hmm? What did Bliss do, Bees? Hmm? Did she sit? Was it Bliss sit?
Lie down.
Lie down, Bliss lie down? Yeah.
Sweetie.
So, good talker.
Hello?
Oh, what kind of chips did Bibi get? She shouldn't get any. It's not good for her.
Stretched yogurt?
In fact, the last time she had a seizure, she had a piece of chip right before, like not
Say bird.
directly before, but like a few hours before. So yeah, she shouldn't get any chips. Sometimes you're funny. Are you telling jokes? They've said that mammals, so besides humans, can't catch it. So like, just people. But there has been a report of a tiger at the Bronx Zoo that caught it. So that's a cat. It's not a house cat, obviously. But it might have been a false positive though. Sometimes that happens. There was some tests that got through the FDA that were not real reliable. So they're still learning how to test it, not just treat it, but also test it. Hello. Hey, Donna, if you have cats, I'd say try to keep them inside if you can. That's always a good idea. Cats that live indoors tend to live a lot longer. Stella and Sugar are perfect proof of that.
You want to step up, peeps? Some yogurt.
Well, Aaron, they did say that a tiger at the zoo caught it, at the Bronx Zoo.
Strawberry yogurt?
But that's the only report I've seen of animals having it, besides the original animal that brought it over to the humans. It was like a bat or something, which is a flying mammal, so it's still a mammal.
Hey, Bibi. I miss you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Say bye-bye. Bye.
Well, that's good to know, Connie. Some house cats, huh? Yeah, that's scary. I wonder what it is about the bats, cats, and people.
Stretch.
You haven't heard of like any dogs having
Good
it.
job, sweet.
Ooh, sweet.
Great. Sweet. Sweet. Oh. Sweet.
The freak was our German Shepherd.
Great. Sweet.
Rrr. Yeah, good doggy.
What's turkey saying?
What's turkey?
What's the owl?
How about a turkey? What's
What's
turkey?
turkey saying?
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Alexa, what's a turkey say?
Here's something I found on the
Oh,
web.
don't do that.
According to 145.1.apps.
Alexa used to say what the turkey says.
Char.
Woohoo! Good job, Bibi.
Comet train.
All aboard.
Char.
Charge.
You talk about colors.
Blue,
What
red,
shapes?
circle,
Sweet.
square. What's your favorite?
Maybe a parrot.
That's true. What kind of
You think
parrot?
shadow?
Yeah, Shadow's a parrot.
It's white. It's yogurt.
I love when she gets like this. She's
Tortilla.
just rambling.
The comet train.
All aboard.
Sweet. Great. Sweet.
We got Motorbeak.
What's up, a pirate?
What kind of pirate? I love you so
You
much.
say yogurt?
Hey, Bibi. Bibi. I love you so much.
Ship good snack peeps.
Oh, she told me to shut.
Hello?
I love you so much.
Hello?
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Ni hao. Shalom.
Don't take a shower.
Take a shower. Marhaba. Ni hao.
Oh. What's turkey saying? What's turkey saying?
That sounds like a doggy.
What's turkey saying? What's the owl? I know. The bird goes. You want some yogurt?
Good stuff.
Comet Jared. Sweet pea. Rick, speak.
Oof.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll miss you.
Where are you going?
You say bye-bye, Greg.
Oh, bye-bye.
Adios.
Baby, you're funny.
You say Mark. Sugar. It's white. Sweet. Rick.
Oh my
sweet.
gosh, you just said sugar is white and sweet.
Stretch.
Maybe. That was random, but it's appropriate. Sugar is white and sweet. Both kinds of sugar. You're a good bird. That's some talking.
Hello.
Hello. Major talking.
You say bye-bye, Greg. Comet Joe, sweet.
You are pretty funny. Water.
What's turkey saying?
That's an owl. That sounds like an owl.
What's turkey saying?
Gobble, gobble, gobble. What's a duck? What's a duck say? That is not a duck.
That's your age, babes.
Bibi will not be fielding any questions at this time. Excuse you. You get the hiccups? Oh, about the nails, Terry? Yeah, just do as much as the cat will tolerate. Don't, if you force them, to do, all their feet at once, they'll get angry, and then whenever they see the clippers come out, they'll get mad. So it's better to like stop early and then give them lots of praise and pet them or whatever they enjoy. Give them a treat, so that they associate, the clippers with being a good experience. So Sugar, usually when I'm clipping hers, she'll start to meow when she's sick of me messing with her feet, and so I'll stop right there and just tell her what a good girl she is, and it doesn't seem like she's cutting it shorter, like she's protesting sooner than she ever has. She always lets me do, usually 2 feet before she gets mad. And nothing beats a babbling Bibi. It's like really funny. She's so random. She literally like called all the pets that we've had like in the past 5 years. Except for Bliss. I guess she left Bliss out. And the fish. The fish might be over 5 years. But yeah, she called Freak and Sweet D and Little Wren and Sugar and Stella. Oh, left Gracie out. You can't call Gracie. Gracie won't come. Pretty, Gracie. Pretty, Gracie. Very good. Pretty. You do it, Gracie? Yeah, pretty. Can you do Andy Griffith? Yeah, very good. That's not a bad idea, Barbara. They do make perches that have, and perch covers that have like a sandpaper kind of thing on them. I'd be a little worried about that because of you don't want the skin part of their feet to get worn away, which can happen. You imagine, the birds are on their feet 24/7. Like they do not lie down at all unless they're sick. So they're always standing up, and that's a lot of pressure on the bottom of their little feet. So a sandpaper perch, I would think it should be just the underside. Should be where the gritty part is, because that's where they grip with the talons. The top part should be smooth, or bumpy enough so that they can get a good grip, but not like grit. Yeah, I have tried to file Bibi's nails before because I was a little nervous about clipping them because she does have really long quicks, and I've nipped her one time a little too close, and it was scary. She didn't bleed a lot, but it was just enough to scare me. And if you ever do clip your bird's nails, and cats and dogs too, it's good to have some like styptic powder nearby, or some cornstarch, and even flour is good, like that you bake with. In that order, styptic powder is the best. And that's kind of hard to find lately. I went to a pharmacy and asked for some styptic powder, and they gave me a weird look, like, what the heck is that? And I was like, well, men used to use it when they shaved and they cut themselves and stopped the bleeding. And they're like, oh, I never heard of it. So, but they make stuff especially for birds. It's like called Quick Stop, and it's kind of like styptic powder. Sometimes it comes in a gel or even a liquid, and it's some kind of chemical that causes the blood to clot real quick. And that's all that styptic powder does too. And then cornstarch, it actually clots with the blood, and that's what and same with flour. Cornstarch is a little grittier, so it'll stop the bleeding a little quicker. But those are good to have on hand, just if you have a bird, just in case. You can put them on like if they break a feather or something too. You can put cornstarch on it until you can get the feather pulled. I've never pulled a feather myself. I've been too scared to do it. They usually stop bleeding on their own. Never had one that was like really out of control, fortunately. But you think about it, like feathers were used for writing. You know, they dip them in ink and write them, so they work really well to like convey liquid through them. They use like, you know, it's like a big capillary. So that's why they can bleed out pretty quick if they break a blood feather. Bibi used to break a lot of feathers when she was younger, and she fell a lot. And we've been told she's got pretty tiny feet, and so that might be part of it. She just doesn't have, her feet aren't big enough to grip, you know, a lot of standard perches. This one's got pretty small perches, and she seems to really like it. But I think it's like a 3/4 inch perch that she's standing on now. If you get up to like an inch or an inch and a half, which is pretty standard for grays, they start to they're a little too wide for her. She can't get her foot wrapped all the way around it. So we really got our money's worth out of this play stand. I like it quite a bit, and it's very adjustable. All the little branches that she uses steps, they're all adjustable. You can even take it apart and put them in different order. Put more space between them. The only thing that's really missing is like a place to hang toys, so we just kind of had to fashion our own. They might have figured you'd put it somewhere where you can hang toys from above. Oh, not septic. Septic is bad. You want styptic. Let me see if I can spell it. It's just a spelling thing with the powder, the styptic powder. It's one thing good to always check on your birds too, is the bottom of their feet, to make sure that they're not getting blisters or sores on the bottom. Oh, it's so sweet, Vasco. Hi, Vasco. Is there a story behind his name, Connie? Why you named him Vasco? I like the name. With Bibi's name, it means lady or madam in Swahili, which Swahili is what they speak in the Congo. And she's a Congo African Grey. So that's where her name comes from. My husband's brother Eric is the one that came up with it. We let him name the bird because she was originally his bird. Hi, are you Eric's bird? Are you? I think you're Kelly's bird lately. Nutriberries. You sweetie pie?
Want a berry?
You're so smart.
I want berry.
Is that what you were just eating? Did you get a berry?
Berry.
Okay. You're being super smart today. Okay. Give me a second, Beebs.
Oh, no. Want berry? Want berry?
Yeah, and then Gracie got her name from, we're not sure. I don't know if her original owner named her that, or if, Gracie was in rehab for a while, because her original owner, I guess, Gracie got taken away from him. I don't know what his story was, the original owner, but she was like rescued by Humane Society or I don't know, one of the animal organizations, where she was surrendered to them. I'm not sure. And she was practically bald at that time. And so in rehab, they were able to get her calmed down and get her to stop biting her feathers, and she grew all her feathers back and was pretty again. And then she went to live with Tammy, who lives upstate from us. And then Tammy got sick and asked us if we would take care of Gracie for her while she was recovering. And we just lost our bird Pete right before that happened. And so the best way to get over grieving one lost pet is to get another, I think. We've done that with dogs our whole lives. When you lose one dog, you go out and get a puppy, and then you can't be sad because there's a puppy in the house. So when we were grieving the loss of Pete, we took Gracie in, and Gracie was 9 when we got her, and she's 17 now. So she was, when we got her, she was still kind of biting her tail feathers off. So she still had a problem with that. I think it's just old habits die hard. And she'd typically do it when she's really nervous about something, like if she thought we were going on a trip. If she sees somebody packing a suitcase or something, she gets nervous. Or if there's just like too much activity in the house, she doesn't know what's going on. She likes when guests come over, but not a whole lot. She likes just like 1 or 2 people to come over and pay attention to her. But if you have a house full of people, she does not care for that at all. She gets too nervous. And she hates going to the vet, so that would cause her to chew her feathers. So she grew her feathers really nice for a while for us, and then we had the house fire, and that was that traumatized her all over again, because we weren't there to rescue her. So it was like firemen and the neighbor that rescued her, and that really, I think, kind of messed with her mind a little bit. So she's really been feather picking quite a bit lately. That's one of the reasons I don't put her on camera. Just she doesn't look real good. She's healthy and everything. We've taken her to the vet and she's fine. But she's just got some psychological problems that make her want to chew her feathers. She chews them when she's really mad. She chews them when she's excited. If she thinks she's going to get a nut, she'll just start chewing on her feathers in anticipation. So it doesn't matter whether she's happy or mad or, upset about something. She just chews on them. It's just a force of habit. And she does it in her sleep cage too, overnight a little bit. But she doesn't do it so much that that they don't grow back or that she's damaging her skin or anything. She kind of just chews like the ends of them off. So she looks kind of ratty right now. Sorry, Gracie. She's probably chewing her feathers right now because she's hearing her name.
Big Blue, look at you. What were you doing? What were you doing?
And Gracie doesn't seem to know how to really groom herself well. Even when she had really nice feathers, she would a lot of times just over groom, and the feathers would just start looking older than they are way too soon. Yeah, some people just weren't meant to have pets. They think they look at them like they would like a painting you buy on your wall. Does this bird go with my furniture? Or they look at it like a joke, that hey, that'd be kind of funny to get a parrot, and they're just not really thinking ahead. We do have a piano in the house. There's a piano. It's very out of tune and very old. It's probably gonna get scrapped for parts. Yeah, animals are great. Yeah, I had mentioned before that we had a neighbor guy that was not really good with his dogs that he had, that he just didn't have any tolerance for like the potty training part. You want to get a puppy, but they're not going to be instantly housebroken. And I think our little Wren, the little miniature dachshund that we had, went through the same kind of owner, because he was really having trouble when we first found him. He got really defensive, like he was going to get beat every time he pooped out in the yard. And I would be telling him he's such a good boy, he did so good, and he didn't react normally. Like a normal dog would wag his tail and be all happy, and Ren would bare his teeth and start yapping like you were kicking him or something. I was like, no, good boy. So I know he went through something. He's over that now. It probably took about a good 6 months to get little Ren to understand what housebreaking was about. So I'm glad wherever he was at that he ran away from. Yeah, it's so important if you see someone not treating their animals right to call someone about it. And I think even to confront them personally, if you are brave enough to do that. We did that with our neighbor. When we saw him doing something, it's like, what are you doing? Just it's a puppy. Yeah. Some people are just mean, and some people just aren't really bright. They think that's the way you do it. Hey, my dad beat me, and that's how I learned. It's like, no, you learned in spite of that. The piano that we have, it's I guess it's an upright, I guess you'd call it. It doesn't have like the part that you prop open. What's your interest in pianos, Ben? It's kind of funny you were asking about pianos because we were looking at a video that one of Bibi's fans had posted recently that was a little like child-sized piano, and they let their cockatoo play it, and it was so funny. He's like banging his head against the keys, and at first he's like Jerry Lee Lewis at the doing like Great Balls of Fire on the keys, just playing notes really fast, and then by the end he was kind of going slower and seemed like he was really picking his notes out. But we saw that they have a little wooden piano that you can get. It's like a child-size one. And I think it was like $58, and it was one of those Melissa and Doug toys, which they make really high-quality stuff. We've gotten a couple of Melissa and Doug like talking puzzles for Bibi, and we also got a rug. It's kind of like a runner rug that's had hopscotch numbers written on it, and we kind of got that to help Bibi with her counting. So we might down the road sometime get Bibi a little piano. It'd be kind of funny. I can't show you the piano because it's in the other room, and the camera we're using is stationary. It's nothing to look at, Ben. It's old, and the wood around it's all beat up. Like I said, it's really out of tune. It's hard to find a piano tuner these days. Probably costs more to tune the piano than the piano's worth.
You want to step up? You want a secret?
You're so sweet.
I want to step up.
Hi.
You want to step?
Did you eat some good stuff? I'm gonna rescue your cantaloupe.
Yes.
Yeah. There's some cantaloupe. Did you drop it? You wanna go upside down? You wanna go upside down? Woo. Smarty bird. Hi. Was that good berries? Did you have good berries? What's your favorite color?
Purple.
Purple. That's a great color. Why are we doing that? Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a bad habit. Can I tickle you? Woo. Are you all wet under the wings? Huh? Are you still wet? Oh boy, she is still wet. Does it feel good?
And my apple?
Yep, you got an apple right here. It's an apple. You got orange? You want orange? Orange is one thing I still can't get her to say. And cantaloupe. Can you say cantaloupe? An orange? Is that an orange? Orange. Orange. Look how it's the same color as your cup. Orange. It's a color and a food. Where's Gracie? What's your name? Hey, Bibi. How you doing? Can you do a chicken? What's a chicken say? Can you do a chicken? Well, let's hear a chicken. What's chicken? Can you do a chicken? What was that? Walk. Alright, I don't think you're going to get the Cadbury roll. Easter's tomorrow, Beebs. Yeah. Gracie. Gracie. Is anybody doing anything special for Easter? Dyeing eggs, or got plans for watching a Easter sermon or anything? There might be some fun events going on somewhere.
I want a berry.
Should we put a berry in there?
What berry?
So when I was a kid, we always did, we dyed Easter eggs
Dog.
every year, and that was fun. And then
Blueberry.
in the morning, my mother would hide the eggs around the house. She never did it outside, because I think we just had a pretty bland yard, no trees or anything, no bushes, so there wasn't really any place to hide them anyway. But she would hide them around the house, and we'd go around and look for the eggs. And then we'd also get a Easter basket that usually had, Grandma would get like a big Hershey bar, one of the big ones, and put that in there. And what else was in there? Probably, I don't know, little marshmallow candies and stuff like that. Mostly just, you know, crap candy stuff. Don't learn that word, bees. But that was fun. I always liked the, you know, the looking for the eggs more than the basket. To me was just kind of, it's candy. I'm not a big sweets person, I don't think. How you doing? Yep. You go bird. Oh, did I scare you? But the dyeing of the Easter eggs, that was fun. You want to dye some Easter eggs, Beads? I don't have any dye, but we could figure something out. Usually this time of year, I'd go on a hike with my girlfriends, and we'd do it around Easter time, and we'd dye some Easter eggs while we're on our trip. We'd take some hard-boiled eggs that are pre-hard-boiled, and take them along, and then dye them while we're camping somewhere. It was fun, and then in the morning, a lot of times we just have those for breakfast. And one year I brought back an egg. I don't really eat hard-boiled eggs. I brought mine back home, and it had eyeballs on it because we glued some of those funny googly eyes on it, and it scared Bibi like tremendously. She was so afraid of that thing. Hi. The eggs aren't supposed to have eyeballs. It's unnatural, isn't it, Beebs? I could dye Bibi's eggs this year. I don't think I will, though. She had 3 of them. I dropped the first one. Went to compare it to the second one on camera, and I juggled it unsuccessfully. You know, even if you're alone and it's just yourself or just you and another person, it's still fun to do traditional things. I'd say even if you're completely alone, it's still fun to, like, you know, bake cookies and decorate them, and you just, you know, make a smaller batch. Just don't make as many. Or dye Easter eggs. Eggs are cheap, and so is homemade cookies. Those are inexpensive to make. Oh yeah, Donna, that was the egg I was talking about, the Easter egg. It actually wasn't giant. It just was a regular sized chicken egg. It looked big because we put it so close to the camera. That's an old fisherman's trick. When you catch a fish, you put it really close to the camera, like hold it away from your body. And close to the camera, it makes the fish look huge in comparison to you. So we were doing that with the egg too, to make it look bigger. Yeah. Bibi did not like the Easter egg with the eyeballs. What you doing in there, Beebs? Oh wow, you had a budgie in your Easter basket. Wow. I bet that was memorable. That is really cool. I definitely never had anything like that in the Easter basket. We always had like I said, candy, and a big chocolate bar. That was a tradition. Instead of a chocolate Easter bunny, we just get a giant Hershey bar, and little toys. Usually like some plastic eggs or something that had toys inside. Small toys. That's true, Joan, about the birds and eyeballs. That when Bibi gets a pinata, that's usually what she goes after first, is she has to rip the eyes off. You had the dancing Easter egg. That was way back when we were on Ustream. I should check them out and see if our account is still active over there. They got bought up by Time Warner or some big company. I can't remember who it was, and they kind of changed some of their policies. But our account might have slipped through because we got like a free membership, which was really nice. So we didn't have to pay like by the minute for how long we broadcast, like a lot of places do. But if you guys remember, I think you did get commercials unless you paid a membership yourself. But that was a pretty good service. And they didn't get real strict about like copyright and stuff. We could play songs in the background or have the TV on in the background. And like if you do that on YouTube or Facebook, they'll take away any ad money that you might have earned. Which we don't earn much ad money. We get maybe $7 a week or something. Not much at all. Not enough to even keep Bibi and berries. But there's been a couple of times where like I don't even hear any music or anything playing, and like Facebook or YouTube will say that somebody's claimed the copyright of the song. And it's like, there is no music playing. You guys are hearing stuff. Their logarithms just got an error in it. But they'll mute part of the video. And fortunately, Bibi's never been talking when it does that part. When it mutes that part. So I'm just babbling now because Bibi's eating a berry and being quiet. Really, Zoe, your birds don't like piñatas? Bibi's had all sorts of piñata toys. Everything from like the typical donkey to like Santa Claus piñata. Santa Claus is always blinded, right? That was the first thing she'd do. Oh, and she had a reindeer piñata. That was cool. Oh, and a frog piñata. Oh, and a monkey. I think the monkey was my favorite. You remember your monkey? Did you have a monkey piñata? Yeah, Bibi talks best when there's background sounds too. Like if there's people carrying on a conversation, she'll chime in, or if the radio's playing. But I can't do that when we're on YouTube or Facebook because of the copyright stuff. Even if it's just like, a news broadcast or something with it turned down so loud, so low you can't hear it. Oh yeah, I could see any bird going after wallpaper, definitely. I love the name Jasper. That's a great name. The Bibi's favorite thing to say when you're talking on the phone is bye-bye. And it really confuses the other person you're talking to if they can hear her. Because she just keeps saying bye and bye-bye over and over again. And they're like, why are you saying goodbye in the middle of our conversation? Bibi's really enjoying her berries. So it's nice to see new people. It's nice to see you, Ben. If you can, remember to, if you can like and subscribe and all that jazz, it'll help our channel. And keep coming back because Bibi's a little bit different every day. Sometimes she doesn't talk. Sometimes she jabbers just for a few minutes like she did today. She had a little bit of everything today, with the bathing and the flying. And we had a little motor beacon. You know that Speedo song by the Cadillacs? I've liked that song since I was a kid, and I always thought that they were saying Speedy. Oh, Aaron, who is Bibi's favorite person? You, Kelly, or Greg? It kind of depends on what she wants. So she really likes to talk to Greg and stare at him, and if he's not in the room, she likes to talk to him and hear him talk back. But when it comes to like who can touch her the most and handle her the most, that would be me. So I don't know if I don't know how to determine favorite person. That's just, I think she likes us just in different ways. And she also likes Eric. Eric he can pet her more than Greg can without her getting nippy, but less than me. I can pretty much touch her anywhere, and she doesn't bite me, or she doesn't bite me hard. She'll give me little warning bites, but it doesn't hurt. But she definitely likes to talk to Greg a lot. She learns words better from Greg and Eric than she does from me. I've been trying to teach her to say spokojnie noche at bedtime, which is Russian for good night, or have a good night. Orange and cantaloupe, egg. She just doesn't learn any of those words because I've been trying to teach them to her. But now if Greg tries to teach her something, it's like she'll pick it up a lot quicker. She has learned stuff from me, it just takes longer. Like tomato soup, that's one of my favorite ones that she says. And hey Beebs, when she says that she's saying that in my voice. Because I just got in the habit of whenever I passed by her, when I'm walking through the house, I say, hey Beebs. Yeah, she loves to talk about Greg a lot. And sometimes I have a hard time telling if she's talking about Gracie or Greg, because she kind of cuts off the end of the words. Hey Connie, was Houston and Nemo, were they both African Greys? Hey, cantaloupe's a really great food for the birds. I think it has a lot of vitamin A, which is kind of unusual for a fruit. Watermelon, I think, does too, which is really good for their skin and their eyes, just like with people. Is it good, Beeps? Whoa, big stitch up. You gonna get your cantaloupe? Well, Connie, that's a pretty long time for cockatiels. If you had for 9 and 18 years, especially 18 years, wow. Yeah, Greys are the only one that I have any experience with, and just Bibi was the first bird. I was actually scared when we first got her. I was a little worried that I wouldn't be able to handle her.
Apple?
Yeah, apples are good.
Berry?
What kind of berries?
Neutral berry?
Oh, those are good. Can we wait a little while? Because you don't want to eat all your berries in one day. Wow, 37 years for a cockatiel. I had no idea. Yeah, I thought maybe 10 years? I don't know. Just, yeah, the little birds just don't live as long. It's kind of the opposite with dogs. The little dogs tend to live longer than the big dogs. I've never had a big dog that, well, Dwayne lived to be 16, I think. That was really, really old. But usually they're more around 10 or 12 for the big dogs. 37-year-old cockatiel. Wow. It's just amazing. I wonder how many people get a cockatiel and think that they're just gonna live for, a couple of years, and then lo and behold, it's like a lifelong companion. There's way too many people that do that, just even with dogs and cats. They think, oh, I want a puppy or a kitten, and they don't really think ahead to that they're just not gonna stay that way. The same here, Shirley, with the dog age. It's about how old Muffins was, I think. It just goes to show how they're all individuals, just like people. You know, you might look at somebody and think that they're gonna live a long life, and then they don't. And then there's somebody else that you think, oh my gosh, they smoke and drink and live this rough life, and then they wind up being 105 or something. You just never can tell. We thought with my dad that he was gonna live a really long time because his mom lived to be 100, and he looked just like her. But that just goes to show you, like, what's on the outside is not necessarily what's on the inside. 'Cause he only made it to 77, which is, pretty good long life, but still not long enough. But good old grandma, she made it to 100. That was her goal, and she did it. She was about 100 and then 2 months, I think. Maybe 2.5 months. Because her birthday is in January, and she almost made it to St. Patrick's Day, so about a year and 2 months. Hi, Beebs. I sure wish Pete was still with us. He was such a good bird. He just had the way too high cholesterol, and he had a stroke when he was 41. So he was a good bird. He really was. I could put him on my shoulder and just have him sit there. He didn't mind sitting on my shoulder while I was working. And he only bit me one time, and it was a complete accident because we were playing together, and we both reached for the same toy at the same time. And he nipped me, and he knew he did, and I could tell he felt bad about it. He's such a good boy. Yeah, coronavirus is rough. We asked the vets if there's a chance that Bibi had it, or has it, because it's persistent. You don't really get rid of it. And the treatment for it would be the same as the treatment for a seizure, so we didn't want to put her through the testing. Hi, Beebs. Because there's really no point to it if you're going to treat it the same way. I guess contagiousness would be the only reason to test her. If you guys are ever looking through some of Bibi's old videos to see what to watch, try to find some that have Pete in them, that mention Pete in the title, like Pete screaming or Pete going on a rant. There's one of Pete heckling the president when he was giving a speech. That one's pretty funny. And there's sometimes when he just kind of he would scream out and then giggle, and those are just so funny. And he lived with my best friend from high school for about 15 years, I think. And he picked up a lot of her mannerisms, so that would always crack me up. Like the screaming and laughing, that would be something she would do. If she gets startled by something, her first instinct was to scream, and then she'd laugh at herself for screaming. And then before that, he lived with a married couple that wound up getting divorced. I think they had a lot of fights, and we would hear Pete sounding like he was having an argument with himself. And those were pretty funny. And then every now and then he would just come out with something that was just like a one-off kind of thing, but it'd be a complete sentence. Like at the vet one time, Bibi started squawking at some dogs, and Pete goes, "That bird's loud." And then another time, he just out of the blue said, "I'm Michael's bird." And that one cracked me up too. So I asked my friend Kim about that, and she said, "Yeah, Michael's dad gave Pete to him, but before he gave him over, he had taught him that phrase, I'm Michael's bird." So every now and then he would say it. What kind of berry?
Nutri-berry.
Nutri-berry, okay. Not a strawberry? Nutri-berry? Okay, one more. So I got one more piece of paper left.
Blueberry.
Will you turn around and eat it? Yeah?
Blackberry.
It's Nutri-berry.
You want Bob?
Put it this way to see if she'll not put her back to the camera. Hey, Beads. Hello. You want to come down here? Thanks for stopping in, Donna. I think we're going to sign off pretty soon here. Bibi's definitely had her quota of berries today. I kind of wasn't keeping count, but it feels like a lot. Got a lot of berries, Beebs. Kind of dreary and rainy outside today. I think I'm going to watch a movie. I haven't watched a movie in the longest time. I'm not going to watch Tiger King. Oh, I love that book. I love all Dr. Seuss. Yeah. That's a great book, Ben. There's just something special about Dr. Seuss. Those books are just wonderful. What was the name of the flighty mother of the egg that she like just she's the one that conned Horton into sitting on her egg for her? Is it Daisy something? Daisy Maisie or something like that? She was real flighty and just wanted to go off and play while Horton was being responsible. I was kind of looking at a documentary about a bunch of siblings that go on a hike to commemorate their lost brother. It's called Evelyn. It's spelled like Evelyn, but it's a man, and his name was Evelyn. And that one looks kind of interesting. It's probably pretty sad, but it's got a lot of hiking in it, and I've been itching to go hiking, so that one appeals to me. I probably should watch a comedy or something instead, but I just happened to see the trailer for Evelyn last night. But if you have any suggestions, I'm up for one. I'm not gonna watch Tiger King. It's, so many people have suggested that, and it's already got enough viewers. And there's just certain things you just don't need to see. I'll just hear about them and pick up just enough to know what it's about. I know there's like a tiger that kills a person that kills a tiger, and I don't know. All this sounds horrid. Oh yeah, Dr. Seuss books. My mom used to she sold a lot at flea markets and garage sales, and Dr. Seuss books and Little Golden books always go real well. And Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys, especially the older ones, the ones that are original. I found out recently that Nancy Drew was actually a man that wrote them, the original ones. This is according to my aunt, who's very well read and well studied. That the really old books have like blue covers on them with orange lettering, and then they have like a paper jacket on the outside. And those are ones like my mom grew up with when she was young, and she would trade them with her friends. And then there's another set that's like a blue cover with blue lettering, and they also had paper jackets. And those are like a reprinting of the original ones. And then the ones that I grew up with, they don't have paper jackets on them at all, and the picture cover on them is actually printed on the book itself. And those are usually like a bluish tint on the front, and then the spine is yellow with black lettering. And those are completely like bastardized copies of the others. They were written by a completely different person, and they're supposedly not as good. The stories are different even. Yeah, Green Eggs and Ham's a good story too, and of course Cat in the Hat. And they all have good morals to them too. Like Green Eggs and Ham, you should try new things. Don't turn up your nose at something you haven't tried.
I want a berry.
And
I want a berry. I want a berry.
Horton hatches an egg, of course, is be responsible for your own actions.
I want a berry.
And I think Cat in the Hat, you can make your own fun. Alright, peeps. It is so wet over here. Yeah, you made a huge mess. There's berry crumbs and water just all over. Got my work cut out for me, Bibi Bird. Yeah, Zoe, I'm the same way. I can't really watch any shows where they... I know they're not glorifying the animal abuse, but just filming it.
Want berry?
Yeah, I didn't get you a berry, did I? Those are almonds. I think you had enough.
I want a berry.
I know. You had enough berries.
Berries.
You had enough Nutriberries.
I want berries.
Okay, I want $1 million, but I'm not going to get it. What do you think of that?
Do you want to step up?
Okay. Do you want to say bye-bye? Should we say bye-bye for today? So I can clean up your berry mess here. This is just such a mess. Yeah. Boop, boop. Hi, are you going to say bye-bye? You going to say bye-bye? Adios. Can you say bye-bye? You can do it. Can you shake it out? Yep, I could tell she's going to shake. She gets all puffy. There's Robin. There's Robin outside. Your Rockin' Robin's back, Beebs. Look. He's pretty. There's a big old Robin Redbreast outside the window. Look at him. He's pecking, looking for worms. Do you think he's got a baby to feed? Yeah, isn't he pretty? Alright, bye-bye. Can you say bye-bye? Come on, Beebs, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Adios. You say bye-bye? Alright. Well, I'm gonna say bye-bye. Alright, I got a mess to clean up here. Yes, I do. You're a good bird. Alright, well, same time, same place tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody.